And we are live, mate. This is probably the earliest we've been on, I reckon. This
Probably.
has to be at like 20:15, mate. We are fucking.
This,
mate, we're
I think this is 8-ish.
This is 8-ish. This is more
Actually
8-ish than we've ever been. We should have really said like 8:30ish. But do you know what? To be honest, like we tell people as it, mate, we said it from day one, 8-ish, and now we're here. And if you're not ready, it's really a new problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not here when we come on the live, then you're late.
You're late, yeah, exactly. You need to be around.
Yeah, you're late, regardless of the fact that you didn't know. Yeah, you didn't know what time we was coming on, but you're still the late one.
Yeah, exactly.
Should just be sat with it open, waiting.
Just waiting, exactly. That's what he said. Right. So think about it. Think about it. Right. Welcome to Redline Live. It's so bad. We've only just started, and it's going to be a big night tonight. It's kind of a special night as well, because even though this show's going to be slightly shorter today, we are literally going next door to the Sarcasm City channel to do the Talk About It Network special. I've decided that I'm going to show up and say
you're going to do it this time.
Yeah, this week. Yeah, I mean, I will be here in body, but I intend to do a lot of drinking throughout the course of today, so I'm going to be pretty fucked. I'm sorry, Linda, in advance. It's not going to be good, but I'm going to try and get through it, and it'll be hilarious, and make sure that you guys watch as well. So my name's Nicky Dixon, and I'm joined, as always, by my two co-hosts. Let's go down there for a second. I'm not talking to the cock. I'm talking to that cock. What are you saying, bruv? How you doing, Mr.
Well, I mean, you are talking to the cock, I suppose, from a certain point of view. Yeah, I'm good, you know. Yeah, I am.
Tell us.
Good. It's been a good week. It's been a very good week.
Tell us. Tell us, bro.
I may or, you know, I did. I was gonna be all coy about it, but I just had a big fucking fat promotion at work, so I'm absolutely fucking buzzing. So yeah, life is very good at the minute.
Well done, mate. Well done. What do we call you now, Mr. Executor, Chief, El Capitano, Tory? Tory now. Are you the new Nick? Now. Welcome to the boat, pal. Well, but you're not. Yeah, I mean. There's plenty of room on this boat. Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
No, congrats, man.
Exactly.
Hard work paid off.
Can you hear what we're saying? Are you just seriously lagging? Like Mike said, congrats.
Thank you. It really has, because it's like, obviously you've seen, if you've watched the lives, that my energy's been somewhat lacking. Yeah, I know. I said thanks. Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's about 30 seconds behind, didn't he?
I did.
He's only just picked up on that.
But yeah, energy's been lacking.
Wait for it. He's going to pick up on this bit in a minute. Wait for it.
I think we're out of time. Anyway, I'm Mike. I'm doing
good.
No.
Okay, cool. I'm worried that he's just going to speak over you. Okay, cool. And also joined as well by mate. Introduce yourself, brother.
Mike. I bought rum.
Yes, you did. And all of Twitter knows it as well. Yeah, you bought rum.
And my first mixer is a slusher. Buzzing.
How was your slushy rum mix?
Fucking banging, you know. This one, it kind of tastes like the old Sailor Jerry flavouring, which I'm really into. Is quite a lot of vanilla in it. I don't know how much is going to be left after tonight, which is a little bit worrying, though. But we'll go.
Mate, I don't think anything's going to be left after tonight. If we know you. If I know you, like I think I know you, there's going to be nothing left. But all right, fair enough, mate. Do make sure you do enjoy it. And I want to see your tongue as well afterwards. I want to see it in a nice little blue. There we go. Look at that. Well, mate, that's just, that's I'm rubbing the thigh watching that. Right. So we digress. Let's get on to the nitty gritty then, because we haven't really got long. We're on here for an hour, as I said. Make sure that you guys join us next door for the Talk About Network special shortly after the Red Lion Live today, where we're going to be joined with Linda and Flawless. Linda's just put in all the work, and she's going to do the usual recap of the month, and then we're going to discuss it, and then we're going to sit there and listen about why men are shit and women are great, and we should be vegans, which is going to be entertaining. Right. Today we are reviewing Invincible and Mortal Kombat. Which one do we want to do first?
Invincible. Fuck me. Invincible. Actually, see if anyone wants Yeah, we need to talk about that fucking show, man.
Right, who wants to go first?
Who do you think enjoyed it the least? I think they should go first.
The least? Maybe Alan.
Yeah.
I just don't think he appreciates gore and horror like we do. Oh,
he's fucking off. Right, okay, so...
He's agreed. All right, shall I go then? Because I don't think I appreciate
Yeah, go on then.
Like you do. Oh, my days! Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Do you know what? It was going to be brutal. No one in the right mind, whether you know this comic or not, whether you've watched the entire, whether you watched all the episodes or this is your first one, you just kind of knew, even from the synopsis in the beginning, you just knew that it was going to be brutal. This was going to be fucking ridiculous. And that's what we got. And I just didn't expect it to be that brutal. Like, I really didn't. I was horrifically amazed and and a little bit proud of how brutal it actually was. I really, really loved it. Gatrucha's violence. I loved the story as well, the plot. There was even a bit of comedy in there as well, because we had Seth
Rogen pop up.
Rogen. Yeah. He came back as Alan the Alien. Which is great in the end. But yeah, the whole thing was just absolutely superb. If you've not watched this episode, and we put spoilers in the chat, so if you've not watched the episode, why not? Please do watch it. But it is just insane. It's a great episode. What about yourself?
It is a mind-blowing show.
Yeah.
From start to finish. Like, as it started, I was like, oh, it feels quite anime in parts. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm really, really enjoying this. And it was the part when he's holding him by the head, and the train goes through it, and it literally
was it for me.
Yeah,
do you know? It wasn't even the train bit. It was a bit before. It was, and for me, it was almost comedy because I knew it was coming to a city. And girl getting an ice cream. Another shot. People walking down the street. Another shot. Someone getting out of a taxi, tripping up. Someone helping him. Another shot. Just someone reading a newspaper on the bench. I knew exactly where this was going, to the point where you see someone go and look up, and it's just that one shot of the building, and you can't really tell what's happening. You can just see boom, 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 and it just smashes through. And it was this one punch, and the punch came from me. He goes, you feel for these people? Why do you feel this?
Whack!
And my God. I mean, he knocked into another country.
Wild. I mean, but it was just the way it looked and everything. I was like, that is a early 1980s anime.
That is
straight out of it. That's how they got away with gratuitous gore back in the day. Yeah. It's drawings. I can do what the fuck I want.
You're talking about the Chicago fight, yeah?
Oh my God.
Well, they're holding the head in front of the train, and then the whole train.
That was everything.
Yeah.
But the whole show in general is just superb. The beats of it, the way it's turned around and set up pretty perfectly for the net watch coming up.
Yeah.
It's
so is that
but the sheer and utter violence. Yeah, that's the end of the season.
That's the end of this season, so it's not a mid-season, right? So there's just 8 episodes. It was so good.
It was really good. It was a great way to finish as well, because there was a lot of times where I was like, oh yeah, we didn't kind of wrap up with a lot of the characters that were in there as well.
Yeah.
So, I was kind of, and I didn't really think of it like that, because you're just kind of following his story. So you didn't really think about those alien things that are on the other planet.
Yeah.
That you obviously know that it's not wrapped up. The guy that's now playing the fucking head honcho in the building or whatever. What's his cat? And he turned into the fucking stone. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, because that's not really finished either. Because he actually almost killed Invincible. And we didn't really hear back about anything. But that's the thing. Like in a normal series, you'd think about that it'd be quite obvious. So you see it and you go, actually, like this, like what? How comes this didn't happen? We haven't wrapped up this story. What's going on? This doesn't. It throws so much at you, and the main story, obviously, is his father, is why he's doing what he's doing, and his relationship with him, and his relationship in general as well. So. Like it's just kind of going through these little missions, but even though it's not tied up, it's not like Avengers, even though it doesn't tie up, you don't kind of go, oh yeah, how comes this isn't finished, and what happened to this plot, and what's going on there, and you just think, fucking hell, when's he going to fight his dad, or who's his dad going to kill next, or can they stop him? You know what I mean? This is there, and this is what drives you, and then it kind of reminds you of all that shit at the end, and you go, oh yeah, that's all I was doing at the end. Like, oh shit, yeah, oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
It is amazing how much they packed into the season, though. When it didn't feel like they had like a villain of the week, but clearly they had a shit ton of storylines that will kick off again next season. That they can call back to just so much content in without feeling like it was a throwaway at all. Like it's just so fucking well done, so well written.
It was really.
I was going to say with that story, the storylines and stuff, because it's animated, it automatically makes you think it's a comic book, and that's how I thought of it. It reads like a comic book would read, so you know eventually something's going to happen because it's a big wide. It's a multiverse, I believe, in this comic as well. It's a multiverse and stuff like that, and timelines and all sorts. Never read it, but
I want to now.
Felt, like same. It felt. Same. And I think when stuff is animated, I think he's playing fucking Fortnite.
I'm not. No, sorry. I've just jumped on YouTube. Yeah, I'm playing Fortnite. But I've said my bit. I don't give a fuck what you lot have to say now. You talk. I wait for silence and then I jump back. No, I'm just trying to share this. I'm just sharing it to Facebook. Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
I think you give animated stuff more leeway than you do. Like film, like Joe, live action, you just do naturally. You don't. I don't know what it is. If you don't hook into stuff as much because it's not a human playing it, or it's just like you suspend belief within it, like more willingly. Like you'll just hand over and go, just do what you want. Like. It's just perfectly done.
Absolutely, and it could be brutal that have loads of fucking gore in it. It doesn't matter because it is animation. And in fairness, it could be like a lot worse than like anything live action could be, and it will as well because you will literally see like skin and muscle with flesh rip. You see spine. You will see like when he crushed that pilot's.
Oh, Vicky! That was the first time Vicky just went. But
I mean, he was going. We all knew as soon as he landed behind him, he was like, "Well, you're dead, aren't you?" There's nothing what a waste of time that was. So you're definitely dead. But but it's just the way he did it. It was so effortless. But it's what you could see as well when he did that. Like literally from his neck, you could literally see veins, coming. Like you can see literally just like spurts of blood. Bits of muscle wobbling him. It was brutal, and he just kind of fell back on him. Invincible was just holding his fucking decapitated body. Like, oh my god, no! Oh, it was great entertainment. I loved it. I loved all that.
And I think
I live for this shit.
And it's been confirmed for 2 more seasons already.
Hey, girl.
Like they've signed up.
Right.
It's been signed for season 2 and season 3. I think yesterday.
Not surprised.
Because I'm surprised it took that long, to be honest.
Yeah, we all know what's going to happen. I think he's just gonna get better though, isn't he, Invincible? And it's going to come down to the client. His dad's going to go mental again, and then he's just going to be him versus dad on the
it's just got to be him leveling up and up and up, and then the looming threat of his dad, like the dark side of it all. Like he's coming, all the Thanos of it all. Like he's just that looming baddie now. Like,
but let's face it. I mean, with all due respect, that's kind of what the plot was today, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Infinity Wars all over again. Yeah. So it was, it was literally halving the world so the rest could live better. Yeah. It was more, but it was, but to the point as well. If that's what they did, but they then choose to conquer, or to rule, this world now, where the Thanos is like. Half world, you guys get on with it. See you later. These guys were like, we're going to make sure these guys maintain the stability, and if they get out of line, we'll kill them. But it's for their benefit. And I was like, Thanos talking like motherfucker right here. What I mean? This guy, man, this is Infinity Wars. This, but
it feels very supremacist though, doesn't it? Because the only people you see from there are the white folk and stuff like that. Even in like the Flash, like when you see like the fighting and stuff, I'm pretty sure all I saw were white people winning. Like it felt like, oh, is this what happens if Nazis get superpowers?
Yeah, I get that. I'm just trying to think of the lineup when he was going, and I was one of the few that was Linda, and I was one of the few that was picked. I was one of the lucky few, and I'm just trying to think of who was stood in that line, and I can't remember if there was any black folk there. I think there were all white guys.
No, I always, being a young man of color. I tend to notice. I tend to notice these things, and there was one black woman that I saw in there, and she died pretty quickly.
Oh.
You got torn in half.
She
killed a couple.
She
killed a couple of folk, and then she got ripped in half. Yeah. And then there was nobody else. No L Black for shit. Goddamn redneck up in that bitch. The man playing a ukulele. Ain't no black folk.
Wait a second. People from the South play ukuleles and not banjos.
Whatever.
Okay. Just making sure.
From?
Well, mate, what do you think they
Blackpool? I'm guessing.
No, I don't know. I don't know what these fucking hillbilly folk do. But yeah. I'm absolutely. I think this has made me excited for the next season. Definitely. In fact, I'm looking forward to kind of rewatching the whole of
all of them in one.
Again. Yeah. Just absolutely battering the whole of it over again. Because it was such an enjoyable watch.
One of the nicest little touches of the whole thing that I enjoyed every single week was how they introduced the title of Invincible.
Yeah.
The blood.
And the fact that it just got steadily more stained with blood with every episode.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was like, is the next episode just going to be completely red? But then, I was just like, I really, really enjoyed that part. And it was just such a simple thing.
We're going to lose him again, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we are.
I feel like we're in the BBC. I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, we're having technical difficulties at the moment. Our team are looking at getting Alan back, and hopefully we can continue the interview. Okay, in other news, we're going to go now to Mike Good over there with the weather today. Mike, what's the weather looking like?
It's kind of dark out, bro.
Okay, then. We'd be so shit on TV.
What you on about? That was entertainment gold. What you on about? And you didn't even know, but I've got blinds in it. I can't see out my window.
Is that why it's always dark?
Acting, bro.
Every time I tell you what the weather, ask him what the weather's like. It's not acting because you're just.
I'm just guessing.
Blinds.
You're guessing. You don't know that.
I asked you for the weather, and you said it's kind of dark. It's not weather, is it? It's just nighttime. What's the weather like? It's night. Night out. It's night out. Can fucking see it's night.
Actually, it's not even that dark. Now I can see that through the little gap in my blinds. It looks kind of nice, but getting dark.
So it looks like a time of day. Yeah.
No, I said it's nice, but it's getting dark.
Nice is in what?
It's not raining.
Okay.
And it's not windy. There you go.
Okay, thanks, mate. Well, thanks. Well, there's the weather, guys. If you're wondering,
you really missed your
nice getting dark. You really did.
Am I not fucking lagging again, or am I still? Is my still being a cop?
Yeah, you're still really shit.
Yes, Connor.
What are you saying, Connor? Sorry about Alan's.
What does anyone watching thought of Invincible as well?
So we'll talk. Yeah, that's really good point. Yeah, we're talking about Invincible at the moment. Tell us what you thought. Did you watch the last episode 8? What did you think about it?
The whole series.
Yeah,
or just tell us what you think of the series.
Yeah, just tell us. Yeah, and we basically said it was brilliant. It was fantastic.
Fanboyed all over it.
Yeah,
it's literally like they've gone. What would Mike want to watch? Just make it something as dark as fucking possible. Don't really give it a happy ending. Just let the dad fuck off.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't get my head around how good it is.
Yeah, Linda's saying she's loving it. Amy and G's not watched tonight's episode. NG, do you know what? I wouldn't even say we'd spoil it for you because what we say will not do that episode justice. We're like, when you watch it, you'll understand. Like, it's true though what Mike's saying. It is like these guys said, what would Mike want to watch? So Mike likes DC, he likes Marvel, right? But he likes all the like violence and gore as well, you know. And he doesn't want, and let's, you know, so let's just kind of do that and put this into that. And then
let's do what we can do in the comics, but like in the other medium.
Exactly. I think, but this is the thing, though, and this is what you touched on as well, Mike, because, you know, a lot of people are saying this is great. It's nuts. We haven't seen anything like this and the other. Fucking manga, anime been doing this for fucking years. You know, they've literally been doing the same thing for years and worse. For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
it doesn't have brutal rape scenes in it. You know, this is this is great. This is amazing entertainment. But I feel like it's very similar to a lot of animation films. I just like I think the concept of it is unique, but I think the style of it is quite repetitive. But I still appreciate. But when you see the superhero concept with all the blood, when you're not actually watching like a fucking vampire, manga movie or Violent Jack, Akira or something like that, you're going to be like, you feel like you're in kind of in the safe kind of even to the point where Invincible's heart is good. He's he's generally good. He's trying to save people, for fuck's sake, even in tonight's episode. So he still has those kind of superhero traits, but it's like someone put Captain America in the fucking dark manga. You know what I mean? His heart is so good and pure, but he's just surrounded by all the death, and there's nothing he can do about it.
But I would argue he's closer to Peter Parker in my head, being a high school boy, and
I'd agree with that.
He is trying to help the local, and that's why it works so well, because he is a teenager.
I mean, I don't pay for shit. Debbie does that stuff, mate. I'll sort bills out.
Dave, but you can spoil it.
Yes, my guy.
Yeah, you're right. So he's obviously, and can I say a massive congratulations as well on the Pod of Mercy episode with Alan. The pet peeves or whatever it was called. It was unreasonable pet peeves. It was fucking hilarious. It was so funny to listen to. It's given me all the ammunition that I need. It really has. Just the kind of wind up shit that I'm gonna do, even with Linda as well. Linda. If we're ever in a house together or something, like everything in the fridge is being turned navel facing.
Oh, don't do that.
It's just going to happen.
Don't do that. If you do that, that's basically you going on a full-on suicide mission. That is.
Everyone keeps saying that I'm going to die, but I'm still here. So, but
that's Linda. You die. You will end.
I'm sure you give me some really good advice, but the internet, bro. You sound like R2D2 farting. It's just not really working.
I can't believe people still have dial-up internet.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Linda, I'm only joking. I wouldn't do that to. There is anime like that, but I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there really is. There's probably diehard kind of anime fans out there going, "Yeah, this has been done a fucking million times before. This ain't nothing."
Yeah.
But we love it. Fuck those guys. We love this. Yeah. And this is great.
I think part of it is as well because it's all completely stone cold new. Like we don't know it. I didn't know anything about any of these characters, and I think that's generally why I love it. Like I don't know what the fuck is actually going to come next.
Absolutely, and that's what's great about it as well, because it is the unknown. I'm checking my clock because I'm very aware of the time, guys. If you don't know, it's going to be a shorter episode than usual. I keep on repeating this just in case you guys have just popped in and caught us halfway through or whatever. But we are going to be joining Talk About Network guys, the Sarcasm City channel for Talk About Network special. It's just a recap of the whole of this month's kind of highlights and events and things that Linda puts together, and then she kind of just tells us about it, whether we've heard of it or not, and it's just hilarious and great fun. But we're going to continue drinking, so if you guys so don't be deterred by that, make sure just flick over. It's going to be us, still going to be us, but we're just going to be on another channel joined by two beautiful faces as well, so that's going to be absolutely fine. So make sure you do that, and we'll sign that off again right closer to the end. Guys, should we do a rating for this
10
this episode? 10.
No, the series.
The whole series. No, this episode and then the series.
Oh. 10.
Yeah, 10.
10.
I got 10.
Nope.
I've got no issues with it.
Nope. It sounds like talking to like a
Stephen
Hawking impersonator. I'm going to keep on calling it different things. I'm going to try and keep up with different things. I'm going to
just insulting as many people as you possibly can. Keep on going, lad.
I'm going to keep on going. If anyone's insulted by R2D2's farts, then you guys need to suck a dick. I I am going to give this a 10 out of 10 as well. I can't fault it. I knew what was coming, and when it happened, I was still blown away. And there's very few things that can do that. There's only few things that can be predictable and still make you go, fucking hell. That was great. Because we all knew what was coming, and when it happened, I was shocked. I was still shocked, despite the fact that I've been spoon-fed. This is going to happen. This whole season has been brutal. Now he's going to face his dad. You know he's not ready. He's going to get battered. Of course he is. And this is what we're here to watch, and it's the way it happened that surprised us. So for something,
I will say one more thing, and it's a proper. I don't know if I'm supposed to have laughed about it, but Joe, it was after he beat the fuck out of him, and he's on the side of the mountain, and he went, "Look what you made me do," or something like that, and I was like, I can't believe they actually managed to pull that trope out for that part. Oh, it was fucking.
Oh my days. It's such a typical like you know what I mean, fucking abusive dad or husband or whatever. Look what you made me do.
And all he's done is try to protect people.
Mountain. Exactly, his blood's all up the side of the mountain. His face is battered. Look what he's just trying to save people's lives.
I shouldn't have been amazed that they had the audacity to actually do it. But when they did it, I was like, it's some stone bollocks to do it. And for it to feel completely in tone.
Yeah.
I think it perfectly works within his character.
It was good, but in fact, I didn't laugh at it because I still felt the hate. I feel like it's something like I don't think it was mad. I just think it was maybe more of a nervous laughter because it weren't like a proper cackle. It was all over. He just beat the living shit out and then just said that, and you just do it. It's a weird bit of something what you weren't expecting, but when like what, and yeah. It's like when you watch a stand-up comedian and then they say a really, really, really out there joke and you find yourself laughing and kind of gasping at the same time. It was kind of like that. Yeah.
And when a drawing can do that to you, like...
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And I absolutely loved it. And I loved it. Like Seth Rogen's cameo in it as well today, right at the end, was great. The last word that we heard, "What is high school?" Actually made me laugh. It was so stupid, but it still made me laugh out loud. It was just like,
It reminded me of him in Freaks and Geeks when he was playing the stoner. Joe, where he got his the breakout with the Judd Apatow thing. He just reminded me of his character in that, and I was just like that. Well, he's made a career of that, I suppose.
In fairness, very welcome. It was nice. Like it was that night. It was nice. Just sitting on like a moon, just chatting. You know what I mean? Just talking about what's happening
telekinetically or whatever.
Yeah, and it kind of brought in what we're going to see in the next season as well. All the kind of baddies that we've forgotten about in this season. It was great. It was a great ending to what's been a truly phenomenal series. So looking forward to the next one. I'm glad you've introduced it to me, Mike. Thank you very much, sir.
I want to shout out heavy spoilers because I saw them talking about it and I thought, I'm going to go and check that out because they're usually pretty right about a lot of things. So I watched it and fell in love with it, and I thought more people needed to know about it. So, and here we all are talking about how fucking great it is. And they have confirmed 2 and 3 have talked about it before.
Yeah. Which is fantastic. That's really good. Okay, cool. I'm a bit annoyed not to have Alan here yet because I don't know what your views are on this, but the next topic is Mortal Kombat. And I know that if you feel the same way I do, we're going to need someone to lean the other side of it because...
Right. I'll put what I'm thinking about this film out. Right, it's cack, but entertaining. Right, all the fighting stuff is fucking great, and then they do other bits, and it's all bad.
Mm-hmm.
But there's enough fighting in it to keep you entertained because it's literally fighting every 2.5 minutes. And I'm happy with, I'm not a massive fanboy. I did get maybe laughs what shouldn't have been there. Like when they brought that Mortal Kombat theme in.
Yeah.
That first time, I pissed myself. I was just like, that is fucking funny.
It was the last episode. The last fight. Get over here. That's when they brought it in.
No, it was before that. It was before the Sub-Zero and the Scorpion fight, but it was a little bit before it.
Okay. NG loved it.
But when I first heard it, fuck me.
What did you guys think of the Mortal Kombat film? I'd like to get other people's opinions on it as well. So NG
I will say they made a mistake. It should have just been Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, a Mortal Kombat Scorpion versus Sub-Zero film, cut all that bollocks out in the middle of it, and then they could have branched out eventually into the grander scheme of stuff. Like, you can use Mortal Kombat, but just have that story about Sub-Zero and Scorpion's lineage fighting against each other, and that would have been a great film.
The film following, mate, the film starting with why the Shirai Ryu, Scorpion's clan, are so important, and why the Lin Kuei, Sub-Zero's clan, want to hate them. Delve into that slightly, but even start in the beginning. But then, like the trip to hell, how Scorpion became Scorpion, like his vengeance, seeking vengeance, and finding Sub-Zero again. Maybe Sub-Zero started a life, which he has done. Anyways, this film for me was a bad film. It was not a good film, and I'm not talking about a Mortal Kombat film. I'm talking about a film in general.
Yeah,
it was just a bad film. The pacing was all over the place. There was cutscenes in there that just didn't make sense. There was a scene where Kano pushes Cole Young out of the plane, and they cut even before we see him leave. But I saw Kano sheath his knife no less than 4 times for 4 seconds each time. Why do we need to see Kano go, but we can't have half a second more of him pushing the cunt out of a plane? It doesn't make any sense. Like,
that's not even the worst part about that plane part, right? Is he's never jumped out of a plane before, so they pushed him, and then you see him doing a controlled landing where you have to go, you swoop side to side, where you have to actually, like, you need to be taught how to do that. And then the next cut is they're walking in the middle of the desert, so they don't show you the best part would have been him breaking his legs online and
exactly landing. Just the landing could be funny, but no, that didn't happen either. Right, Mr. Fuck Me the Internet. Hi there. Nope. Right. So because we haven't got time for it, we've got a short episode this week. So this is the thing, yeah. Literally, mate, there's so much I dislike about this film. Right. What I hate the most about this film is the fact that it started so strong. Like, the first act was great.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed.
Right, that initial fight, right? Even just some of the transitional scenes in there. We got water dropping on a leaf, and then we got a nice fade in. Like, some of the scene, it was just beautiful. It was art. It was literally.
I'll tell you what I think actually happened with this film. Right, they spent clearly all the money on Sub-Zero and Scorpion's effects, everything, and then for all of the middle of it, it's all bollocks.
Mike, you need to let me rant. I need to go off on one. All right, so it was perfect, right? The fight scene at the beginning was perfect. I feel like Scorpion's acting was a little bit off when he sees his family, but fuck it, this guy's a martial artist. Who cares? And then when he gets into it, we want to see him kick ass, and it happens in the fight. The end was great, it was brilliant, and he goes to hell. Even the Raiden bit where he picks up the baby, that's interesting, great. And then we see Cole Young, and that's when the film loses everything. Like, we're not even getting any great transitional shots. We're getting some really basic bullshit shots here. We're getting some kind of fucking Fast and Furious it's like Michael Bay decided to take over. He's like, right, it's my turn now. Here we go, and it just went to shit. Okay, so I wrote down this. Right, this is one of the reasons why I hate this film. Okay, so one of the Cole Young quotes when they was in the car. When Jack said, okay, I think, Alan, are you good?
Well, I thought I was fucking good before, but then you fucked me off again because you was ranting, you little bitch.
No, still not great. And Jax said, right, you're the chosen one. These are Cole Young's exact words. You got the wrong person, all right? I'm not the fighter I used to be, okay? Word for word. Who talks like that, right? And then put his shit acting in the mix. I was like, this is bad. If he carries on talking like this, right, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Do you know what I hate? During films, right? Do you know when there's a guy that's the chosen one who doesn't believe he's the chosen one? Hollywood films, yeah? He doesn't believe there's a chosen one.
It's the Jesus story.
And the guy goes, hey, you got the wrong guy. Every time. Why? Why even do it?
Why? Jesus story.
It doesn't make you look cool. It just makes you look stupid because we all know that you are the guy. Everyone does. So when you say it doesn't make you look hard, all it does is just add another 20 minutes to your character arc where you're definitely going to need some kind of fucking reassurance about this, which is going to add extra fucking dialogue to something that we already know is going to happen. Just be the guy. Just be the guy. You're the chosen one. Cool. Yeah, I've got a fucking tattoo that looks like the Mortal Kombat symbol. I get it. Let's go. You know, and also this guy's fighting abilities. You know, when your power is shit, right? When your magic, literally, it could have given you fucking ice, fire, lasers. We saw there, metal. All right, it gave him armor. This guy's so shit at fighting that his powers went. Mate, you ain't gonna survive unless we fucking cover your shit the fuck up right now. It gave him protection. Because all this guy's power is taking fucking hits. He even admitted it. You can take a fucking punch. This is the descendant of Scorpion, right? And his superpower is getting the shit kicked out of him enough so he can absorb the hits that he's been taken, right? And then plummet it back. And this guy is a fucking Aquaman looking like Black Panther, like 2.0 fucking suit. That's all it is. It just absorbs beats that he's been getting, and then he just puts it back onto the person. This is a fucking descendant of the fucking Shirai Ryu clan. Are you kidding me? If he fought Shao Kahn, do you reckon Shao Kahn's going to allow him to take hits? He's going to smash his head with a hammer, and that's it. His suit's not going to absorb anything. It doesn't make any sense for a superpower. And then they give him a truncheon and a fucking harpoon, and it looks so bad. This guy's a fucking glorified Power Ranger. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, are we supposed to like this guy? Is this why have you watered down Liu Kang's character to be a fucking flame-wielding fanny, right? Who's literally in the background and does fuck all for the whole. Liu Kang's the chosen one. He could have just taken out everyone that was there. None of these guys were great.
Yeah, but it's because it's the start of his arc, though, isn't it? That's literally just the start of his arc. But it's because they're trying to make a Fast and Furious-esque franchise out of it. They are trying to.
This is why I hate it. This is why, because I hate Fast and Furious.
But they've gone the wrong way about it. Like, they've literally gone the wrong way about it. Like, if you think about how the Fast and Furious franchise started, it was drag racing on a street in the middle of like downtown LA or whatever. Yeah. From there to jumping from a building to a building and to that the plane with the 18-mile long like. It's got a grade where it picks up. This is just jumped in at bollocks and instead of getting to bollocks.
Mate, but NG's really hating my comments because NG loves it. But NG, tell me I'm wrong. Like I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what's happening on the screen. Like generally, and I will let someone else speak, but generally this is it. Yeah, because I love Mortal Kombat. I love fucking Mortal Kombat. Right? No, everyone that knows me knows that I do. This is why I'm speaking so passionately about it because it had so much fucking promise. It had so much promise right at the beginning, and it just. Do you know when the film is shit? You know when the film is shit is when the fucking filmmakers go, we're going to put the one character that every cunt wants to see right at the beginning, and we're not going to show that prick again right until the end. If you want to see him again, you've got to wait for all this bullshit.
This is wild. Who knew Mortal Kombat fandom was basically the Star Wars fandom?
Really?
Like you make a film that is not in your vision of what Mortal Kombat is, and you dump on it. But everyone, like, I don't play Mortal Kombat since I was about 20-ish, right? So I remember the original couple. I know nothing of the story. I just know the characters, like, literally. And I'm like, it's cack, but I like the fighting. That seems like a Mortal Kombat film to me. Like, yeah. I don't know how you... Unless they was going to make what we said before, like a proper serious, like Scorpion versus Sub-Zero film on its own at first and spend all the money on that like they should have done and then ramp up. But
they could have just given us better. They could have, like, the two most iconic characters, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Like, in fact, fuck it, the most iconic character in Mortal Kombat, I'd probably argue is Scorpion. Right?
Nah, mine's always been Sub-Zero, isn't it?
My character is Sub-Zero, but I'm talking about the franchise. When anyone says Mortal Kombat, they're probably going to say Scorpion first. right? Get over here is probably the one quote that everyone's going to remember. Sub-Zero is my guy. I play Sub-Zero all the time. But I know that Scorpion's more popular than Sub-Zero is. He always is. Even in fucking game trailers, Sub-Zero always wins. Why? Because that's what the fans want. All right. So, but and you know, but at the end, but I thought they used him like a tool for this. They put him right in the beginning. They showed him again for 15 minutes at the end. And I'm not going to deny that fight scene was great. But why not just have that constantly? We had little moments of greatness in this film, and it was torn apart by shitty dialogue, really terrible editing, like to the point where I couldn't even fathom. It looks like it just wasn't finished. It looked like some of the scenes were just chopped, and they either ended too quickly, or they didn't transition right, or they stayed on far too long. We didn't need to see Kano sheath his fucking knife.
I wonder how much COVID has actually had an effect on that, because it was an Australian film. Like, so Australia's been zero COVID. That's how they've been working. So they've been open, but no one's been able to get in and out type of thing. So is it a matter of like at the start, and then that stuff what they filmed was before COVID, what they used Joe as?
I tell you what we're going to get. If that was true, I could fucking tell.
That's what you should be thinking about. Maybe I should hold hope in that, if that's what they could do. And that's why they have bookended it.
No,
like
bullshit.
They bookended with the two parts. What you've got to get?
No, wait, mate, bullshit, man. Mate, I'm watching a film to enjoy a film. I'm not like, if the film's not ready, don't pull it out. Like, I'm not going to go, oh yeah, they had great intentions. Well, I'm sure they meant well.
You are forgetting, Nick. It's Warner Brothers, bro. They don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Like, they were going to put that out no matter what. And if the director had the time, and without COVID, they probably would have been able to make a good film. That's what I was saying. So don't be too disheartened by it, because it looks like there's actually the bones of something good there, but it feels like it's been crushed because of COVID.
Maybe, but it still makes it a bad film.
Yeah, but like, it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's me arguing there.
Mate, agreed.
Alan, what you talk now, Alan, for about 20 minutes, so Nick can't.
I don't think I've got the energy for that, to be honest. That was a lot of fun to watch. Like,
what? I mean, I know he's not talking about the film.
Yeah, so like I said, Alan,
the film definitely wasn't.
Was it cack but entertaining?
Listen, I really, I'm not ashamed about it. I really enjoy it. I know it wasn't up to par. I know it was very one-dimensional. I know some of the CGI was fucking awful.
So bad.
I know some of the lines were awful. But really, did I enjoy seeing Liu Kang's hat cut a fucking bitch in half?
Yes, mate, it's not even Liu Kang, you stupid.
Oh, it was Kung Lao.
Oh,
sorry.
Fuck me.
So yeah, Kung Lao.
Nick, you're being very, very Star Warsy.
Bullshit.
You've trolled him off his own stream. That is hilarious.
No, I was talking away about it. Like the main problem I had with it wasn't even that main character, that Cole guy. It was Liu Kang. That's why he was in my head, because I just did not like him. He was tiny, like he was just small and didn't look powerful or threatening in the slightest little bit. I'm sure if I met him on the street, he'd kick me fucking face off. But I didn't feel like he was threatening in the slightest little bit.
That's all.
Do you feel like it is just an origin story for him, though, Alan? Like, that's why he was the young, like, in a wrestling term, he would have been the young boy. Like, he would have been just doing the running around for the guy what got murdered with the nice hat.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. But, like, also then just don't put that, like, make him a kid. I would have preferred him to be like a kid just running around them caves and shit.
Well, no, young boy doesn't mean that. He just means he's like he's his trainee. Yeah, like he's.
Like I said, I would have actually preferred if he was just some kid that idolised this guy and then watched him get murdered, and that led into his story moving forward. That would have been better.
I agree, mate. But if you guys have even played Mortal Kombat, like I'd say 9 to 11.
No.
Right,
we've already told this. We've already said this before.
No. I didn't say have you. I didn't ask you. Have you? I said if you had. Yeah, if you had played 9 to 11, even just the stories in the actual games, these stories are great. They're well written. They've got a great story arc to them. Like a lot of people, the reason why it's done so well at the moment is because people are saying they're generally just actually enjoying story mode. It's really good. It's really immersive. They've given all the characters such depth that has only really been shown in like films, like movies. And they said for a game to do this, it's great. And this is why I'm enjoying the games. It's not just like Tekken where you go on and you just kick the shit out of someone. The actual story inside, like in it, is really captivating. Most games at the moment. This is why fucking games are blowing up. They're taking over fucking cinema because like from things like Uncharted to The Last of Us to even Mortal Kombat now has to step up with the actual cinema with the actual storylines and story modes and career modes. Is because it is that captivating. They've done it really well. And for me, it's the fact that like if you're just looking for a dumb fucking film just to watch and have a bit of a laugh with, that's going to have shocking CGI, shit dialogue, but you can enjoy the fight scenes, then you're going to love this film. It's the fucking Fast and Furious of martial arts, right? It just is. This is what this film is. For me, what pissed me off, if it was from start to finish like that, I would say this is a dumb film, fine. But the fact is, it had so much premise for greatness. It looked amazing. The things that I loved about the film was that they stayed loyal to the actual fucking fight moves in the game. It was amazing.
That's what I was trying to like point out before. Because it was Warner Brothers, it feels like it would have been a really good film. And then Warner Brothers got involved and said, no, you're not having an extension. You got to make it in this time. And then, oh, you can't get to Australia. You have to just put together whatever we give you. Like it feels like Warner Bros. Are shit all over the making of that film, but we've got a beautiful start out of it. Oh, I will say the one thing what really annoyed me out of this film, out of everything, Raiden's fucking eyes. How can we have how can you perfect the eyes from the storms from Big Trouble in Little China? You can't. Just do that.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Because they even did it with him when he rides lightning out. That is literally the same one from like.
It looked like it looked like even when he first appeared, like when he was there in the fucking village and he appeared with the lightning. Do you know what I would have liked?
The storms.
I would like to have. I wouldn't like the CGI looked shit when that happened. I would like to have just seen even just light and then even just go past a tree, sing light, and he's just there. Just do something like that. Like we don't have like it goes with the whole feel of what we saw in the first. It felt classic and arty. You don't have to see all this fucking because they can't do it right. The special effects wasn't great. It wasn't great. And if you can't do it right, then don't do it. Or there's other ways you can get around it and still make it look great. But at the same time, when fucking Sub-Zero smashed Jax's arms, that looked brilliant. So I was like, I don't understand. Like, how is this happening? How are you?
Like I said before, they spent all of the money on Sub-Zero and Scorpion CGI. That's where it's literally all gone to.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
We've got an argument here about how much budget it took and how much made. This thing is going to make a lot of money. I feel like I don't know how much it's going to. I thought this is going to make a lot of money, but I feel like they've made it off the back of the Star Wars franchise. And like you said, it is a bit like a Mortal Kombat franchise, and it is a bit like a Star Wars argument because it's something that I really enjoy. But the fact is, it's not just that. It's the fact of for this, like the first two films, right? They're not great films. Of course they're not. They are cheesy films, but we enjoy them because of that. If this was just a cheesy film, then great. Then that's what this film would have been. I said it's stupid, it's cheesy, but at the same time, I enjoyed it just because of that. The fact is, it didn't know what it wanted to be. It threw like literally little dashes of greatness, amazing stuff. Like I said, all the fight scenes, most of the fight scenes were straight out of the game. Straight out of it. I could literally see it. Like the fatalities I enjoyed watching them. They did look stupid, but I did enjoy seeing like the fucking fatalities.
The muttering like flawless victory and shit after it made me just feel like it's a straight 90s action film. Like they don't care about subtext or plot holes or anything. It's just like, look, we can say shit what's in the games, what you remember. And if you're only into that game because of that, you're probably like going to be in mine and Alan's like argument. Like it's kind of a cack film, but it's entertaining. But if you're in like Nick's argument where you're into the games and the stories and everything like that, you're gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah. It just doesn't. It just doesn't follow the lore at all.
I'm not going to argue with anything that Nick said. Like, I'm not going to stand up and defend the film. I'm just saying, personally, I really fucking enjoyed it. Even to the point where, like, Sonya was fucking just constantly sweeping,
I do love the fact that they made the only white guy in there the dumbest cunt in the world. in Kano. Like they've made him like the ultimate white guy.
We're gonna get Johnny Cage soon, aren't we?
I know.
Hold tight, bro. You're gonna see a whole new dimension of shit. I just hope. Yeah, we've still got some great characters left in this. If there is a sequel,
they will be.
I just hope
they will be. They'll make fucking buckets of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope I hope they kind of just learn from it a bit, because obviously Sub-Zero's not out of it. We've got his brother who's coming back. He's going to be fighting for the good, which is fantastic. And then also we've got potentially obviously this Sub-Z that we've that's Bihan is now being absorbed, but he obviously can come back as Ermac, and so we've got some amazing characters still due to come.
Around the bit, yeah.
To saying. But it's going to get dark now. And this is the thing. If they can do it that well, again, this is my problem. I've got so much hope for what it could be, and what I get is not that. And when it comes
Star Wars
it's
again,
not even just a story, but it's not just a story. It's just basic film editing. You know what I mean? It comes down to literally just, mate. I will point out all the bits of this where it's chopped. There was this scene there where even at the first fight scene, where it looked like fucking Sub-Zero is coming at Scorpion towards him, and he was just behind him for some reason, and he stabbed him, and I was like, and I was even kind of going back, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Just little things like that, even just the people turning around, they don't quite finish a spin, and then eventually, just little things, just let them land. Let us see someone be pushed out of a plane. Just hold the camera on them for literally half a second more, and it was so, the editing was just so choppy, and it was all over the place. So for me, it was uneasy to watch, just as a film, let alone the Mortal Kombat film in itself. Cole Young for me, I thought he's probably one of the shittest. If he was a Mortal Kombat character in the game, he would never get picked. I was like, he's like literally, his powers are the shittest thing. And Mortal Kombat has given us some amazing characters, amazing over the top, crazy, zany characters that have stood the test of time. And they gave this guy a fucking golden suit and it was
made of rope, weren't it?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, it was made of the Scorpion. I just don't know. But he just took a battering and then he could kind of use it against. I don't know what that was, but I was not feeling it. I was like, if this was if he was in a Mortal Kombat tournament, he would die, and that's it. He would die and it'd be horrible.
I don't think I've ever seen you this animated
about anything.
Yeah.
It was just for me, it's heartbreaking. That's why, to be honest, I don't care about a lot of things, but the things that I do care about, I will defend. And I'll tell you why, and I'll give you valid points. It's only my opinion. Like NG saying she loved it. I'm sure you and Mike said you enjoyed it. And there's people out there that are going to love it. Mate, and I completely agree with that. If I was just going, no, I'm not just saying I dislike it for the sake of disliking. I'm giving you valid reasons why it wasn't my cup of tea. Most of the points are things that I hate about films in general. Like if not like choppy editing, really bad and shit dialogue, terrible CGI in this day and age. There's no need for it, But when you put the franchise to something I care about on top of that, and then you fill it with all this shit, that's when I'm like, fuck you, man. This isn't it. Like, why are you doing this?
I get it. I appreciate, bro. In fact, I absolutely love this idea because it shows how passionate you are, not just about films, but about other stuff as well, and that you really do care. Like, you're not going to argue this much about something you don't give a fuck about. So,
mate, you can give me, you can give me 1,000 other films. I'd be like, mate, yeah, it's shit, but whatever. Yeah, this is like for me, it just wasn't it. I'm sorry, NG, and I knew that we would have fallen out today because we would be arguing this now, and I know that we only had an hour, so I needed to get it off the desk. But it was like I said, like I feel like I would give this film like a 4. I think it's below average for me. I think if it didn't have the Mortal Kombat title slapped on it, I probably would have given it a 6. Maybe say if it was the first film of its, or like, if it's the first time I've heard of Mortal Kombat and I saw this movie, probably give it a 6 or a 7. I'd probably go, this isn't great. It's very choppy, it's shit, but I like these characters. It's intriguing. I like all the gore and shit. And I think it's above average. I think, for me, the score's gone down because the Mortal Kombat's heightened my expectations, which hasn't even been close to fulfilling. So I need to drop it, and I need to give it like a 4.
What's Alan giving it?
I'm going to go with 7,
NG's giving it an 8. Like I said, NG's giving it an 8.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, Jesus Christ, NG. 8. That's like a very good film. Did we not watch? Did I watch like the fucking like the pre-production or something? Did I watch the same film?
Different horses for different courses, isn't it? But it's whatever you get out of it, an experience, isn't it?
I'm giving it a 7 because I said a few weeks ago, like, it's a 50-50. It could go either way. It could be a piece of shit or it could be amazing, like the 95 version.
Yeah,
but and it was along the 95 vibes. Like, obviously, I love that film. It's dumb, stupid. You don't have to concentrate. You can just watch it. I really enjoyed the fighting. I didn't really care that there was some questionable CGI in there. I was just like, it did what I needed a Mortal Kombat film to do, and that's probably because I stopped playing Mortal Kombat at Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah,
like I was saying before.
Yeah, so it's literally what you were saying, because I had all that exposure to the backstory of what the Mortal Kombat universe looks like. I was just like, I don't know these characters. I don't need about them. I'm cutting people in half. I'm cool with it.
You sound like T-Pain. That is incredible.
Yes. I was trying to think of one.
I was just like, who's the best one I know? It's Defo T-Pain. T-Dog. Right.
T-Dog.
I'm gonna go bang average 5 because I can see this great within it. That like I said, that first, that the bookends of it are incredible. Like the first part is just a very, very fucking pretty looking thing. It looks like it could have been shot out of like early 2000s mainland China cinema. It feels very
really
like
good.
Crouching Tiger. Like, it looks stunning.
Even fucking Scorpion's family, like in Ice. I thought that it's tragic, but it looks beautiful. That looks amazing. You know, when you just saw this kind of mist coming off there, I was like, this is right. It looked amazing.
So I get that, and then I get an hour and a half of Mortal Kombat from '95, which I have a weird perverse, like, I enjoy it because it's such a 90s action film, and I just enjoy that. It's just big dumb fun. I can get behind that. There's a lot in it where I'm like, oh, that makes fucking no sense, but I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Just fucking punch that guy in the face. Do it now, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
And then I get that really, really great bookending at the end, and then I'm just wishing for that Scorpion Sub-Zero just weird solo film.
That would have been.
And then I'm like, film. Warner Brothers and COVID. Yeah, I feel that's probably ruined a really good film. But for all we know, it could have been all in the bag before COVID, and then they've waited and gone, we can blame this on COVID, and then put it out. Like,
I feel like a lot of it is like the acting. I feel like they're very vanilla. These guys aren't actors. They're not going to win any awards. They get the job done kind of actors. You know what I mean? No frills. Luke,
it feels like they've hired people what could actually do the martial arts instead of actors what do martial arts, if that makes sense.
Maybe. I feel like they did do a lot of their own kind of martial arts in there.
That's what I mean. It's that's more of it all as well. Like, he was a martial artist or stuntman or whatever, and he wasn't an actor. Yeah. Hence, 0 fucking lines, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it works when you don't have to talk.
Fucking fight scenes. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose if you look at it like that, but okay, then that's fine. Then make it all action. Don't put any dialogue on it.
I think they tried. I genuinely feel like they tried that.
Though. Like, even Cabal barely ever speaks, and why they had to give him a fucking voice, I don't.
Because he was the most entertaining one in the film, probably.
What, even more entertaining than?
Because you can't see how fucking wooden his head is. I feel like the mask really helped him.
He should have. I would have preferred him to be a Darth Maul character, just lurking. You know what I mean? He just had issues with Kano, and that's all you needed to know. You know, and that's it. I would have preferred that. It would have been much better, so much better.
But they need those cheap jokes, and if it's a hooded character, I would argue maybe they might be easier when it comes to dubbing.
Yeah,
because you can just put their own language in whatever region you're in. You can just drop their language in at that point, because no one knows where the fuck he is. Like, I don't, because I don't play the games. Like, you can do whatever you want with that character. For me, it makes no difference to the outcome. It's why it works. Like, I have 0 care about him, but it looks cool, and that's all I cared about.
I think as like kind of just visually goes, I think they all looked like the characters from Mortal Kombat. Obviously, apart from Cole, who I wouldn't have cared whether if he was. They need a straight guy to take us through this journey. I get that. the old films, it was fucking Johnny Cage. Now we've got this new guy. And if this is the guy this is the thing though, he could have been anything. This is why it pissed me off so much, because he could have literally done anything.
I just want Johnny Cage to be Mark Wahlberg.
Why was that in my head as well? Why?
Because it's the perfect casting. It's the perfect casting.
I was like, broke down actor. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, isn't it?
Yeah. He can be a juiced up roidhead, or he can be slimmed down a little bit.
I'm still going to say Chris Pine.
I mean, that's weird though, because that I normally like man's fucking twin with
Nick. Think about the content and quality of the film and what the acting ability is needed for that.
I think Chris Pine could play a fucking. I think Chris Pine could play fucking twat very easily.
Nick Cage, Nicolas Cage. That's hashtag Nicolas Cage for Mortal Kombat.
Shall we?
Nicolas Cage for Johnny Cage.
Do you know what? If we just turn this whole thing into a joke, I would appreciate it more, because I wouldn't want to care about it then. You know what I mean? If we just turn the whole thing into a fucking joke.
We do not joke about the cage.
No.
That's not flying, bro.
Gone too far now, Nick.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Too far.
Sorry.
Do not tarnish that man's name.
No, I'll let
Legend.
I'll let his acting speak for itself. Right. If we come to, why do you think that's a compliment? But whatever.
If he was in the film, he's definitely renamed Nick Cage. Do you know what I mean?
You sound like
Nick.
You sound like Joe Robot from Lost in Space. You sound like he's like giving
a little bit
to a duck.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Right. So next, do you have time for pick of the week? We've got 50 minutes, guys. If you just tuned in as well, we're literally going to be on for another 50 minutes or so, because we need to then move over to the Sarcasm City channel, where we're going to be doing the Talk About It Network special. That is literally just a roundup of this month's events that's put together by Longhaired Linda, who does a Pod of Mercy podcast, which Alan was on 2 days ago. So go watch that and follow the Pod of Mercy channel, Sarcasm City Talk About It Network as well. We're going to move over there to do the special. So don't just tune out and go, oh fuck, what am I going to do with my Friday? My life is ruined. I'm not going to see the Red Line, guys. Mate, you're saved. It's fine. Just go to fucking Sarcasm City, innit? And then watch us there. Jobs are good. You don't have to cry. Don't. You know what I mean? It's all good. Right. So we're gonna do pick of the week. 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 Yeah.
Nice. That was a high note as well,
mate. That was good, man. That's good. I didn't notice. Like I had to kind of Michael Jackson it there for a second.
Yeah, you did it.
Crunch that shit. Pick it away. Well, I did say to Flawless 9:30, which is in 15 minutes. I don't think we can wrap up by then.
Yeah.
So
for the week out, because I want to see what we're going for.
Yeah. I think we're probably kind of more towards 1:45. I probably should tell Flawless this if he's not watching.
Nah, just wrap up now. Just get the pick of the week out of the way and be all right.
We'll get pick of the week. Okay, who's pick of the week? Who wants to go first?
Someone else, because I've
he's not even thought about.
I'll go one first. I'm going to go with Juno. Just because.
Oh, what a film!
Mate, really. I watched it the other day. I'm in love with the soundtrack. I can't remember who composed the music. Who does the music? Anyways, it just makes me feel like it's just right. Everything just feels really emo. Just a little bit scary, a bit down, but at the same time happy. And it's like acting is absolutely superb. Acting is good. So Mortal Kombat, sequels, take a note out of Juno and just do good acting. No, I won't go back to it. I'll stop talking about it.
And it's the dad from Invincible.
And Dad from Invincible as well. Yeah, exactly. So it's just a great film. Loved Ellen / Elliot Page. Ellen back then and Elliot Page now. One of my favorite actors as well. Have you guys seen Hard Candy?
Yes.
I remember I watched that years ago, but I found it in my DVD collection as well. That was a cameo film, that wasn't it? That was a debut film. And that film's amazing. That film was fucking horrible.
It's to say it's a good film. It feels weird, because it's traumatic at times. It's just downright fucking horrible.
It's pretty nonsense as well, isn't it? It's just full nonsense.
Yeah, it's like watching stuff like Spotlight and going, it's a great film, but it covers really, really horrific content.
Yeah,
like you need to watch it, but you can probably do with watching it just the once for about 5 years.
Yeah,
and then you can refresh the horror. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go for horror. I feel this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Kevin Smith.
Oh.
I'm gonna go for Red State. With John Goodman, if you've seen it, Michael Parks. Have you actually seen it yet?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Kevin Smith horror film.
Kevin Smith and John Goodman.
Yep. He's the main actor in it. It's briefly, it's loosely about like a religious sect like the Westboro Baptists.
Okay, go on.
You know about that, and then
and
Waco and stuff like that. Do you know what happened at Waco? Don't you though? Right, just go and watch Red State. If you don't know anything about either of them two, you probably really enjoy that. If you know about either of them, you probably go, "Well, you just stole that." But yeah, go and watch it because it's really, really entertaining. I think he made it for about 5 million or something like that, 5 or 10 million. We went to watch it because he toured it. Him, his wife, whatever they did. Where did we watch it? I don't know if it was Apollo or if it was in the Printworks, but we watched it. It was fucking great. Just go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Because it's weird because it's Kevin Smith not doing knob jokes.
Exactly. So I was going to say, like, Kevin Smith, like, yeah, man, that's
worth watching.
Yeah, cool. Red State. Did you say it was cool? Yeah,
Red State.
Mate,
cool.
I'll give it a watch.
I'll go just because it just popped into my head. Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes! Yeah!
What do you say?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I was thinking that before as well.
Mate, that film is... Sorry, Alan. Sorry.
No, it's because at some point this fucking internet's going to break up and you're going to have to talk about it anyway.
Mate, I'll happily pick that film up for you.
But, it's such a fucking underrated film. I absolutely love it. Like, Chris Evans' character is fucking incredible. Like everything about it, the fact that he's a little bitch, you particularly want to win, but then you like it. And just every film.
Stop talking for 1 second and then start again.
So
there we go. It's working now. See?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I just really, really like it. I think everything about the film is just fucking great, and it's so underrated.
Is it Edgar Wright as well? Like, he doesn't make bad films, does he? Like, he generally doesn't miss.
Generally not.
Me and Vicky watched something, and it was a COVID thing where they was doing a live table reading of it. Like, everyone was just zooming in and doing it. If you can find it, watch it. It's fucking well funny. It's not the whole cast, but it's a lot of the cast just doing their own roles. Really, really entertaining. And I feel like there's a computer game coming out for it, or it might have already dropped. I can't remember. But
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah,
there was already a computer game for it. It was like a 2D.
No. I think it would have been this year or last year it come out.
Oh right, okay, like a new one.
Yeah,
mate, fantastic. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is just insane. My favorite fight is the when they're doing the battle of the bands. And then you get the dragon and you get that big kind of gorilla thing coming up. And when fucking Scott Pilgrim hits the fucking subwoofer and then it comes up and you get the verses right in the middle. And every time I'm like, yeah, fight. Let them fight. Yeah. Great
it's just a solid film. I mean.
Yeah.
Is that one the guy from Superman? Is it Brandon Roth?
Yeah, the one who plays Superman in Superman Returns.
Yeah, that thing.
They plays the vegan guy.
Yeah,
the vegan guy.
Yeah. He's just so fucking good.
You sound like the guy in that Led Zeppelin Limp Bizkit track, Discover. Al, I wanna live
That's just what Limp Bizkit sound like, by the way, everyone.
Discover.
No for no.
Right, okay.
Fred Durst is gutted that you can mock him that well.
Right, it's really good. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you guys you check us out on
1 minute. Sarcasm City, 3:00 tomorrow is the What's Politicking Your Waff podcast with me and Linda Lambs and I think Nuruddin, maybe Bits and Bob. I might be a bit hungover, so it's going to be fun.
Fantastic. What's Politicking You Off? It's always really entertaining. Do you know what? I'm usually Yeah, I don't usually kind of like get involved in all that business, but what you guys say makes sense. I'm a believer. I'd vote for all of you lot. Great stuff.
That's a wild thing to
No,
say.
you wouldn't.
Okay.
Definitely all Labour.
So I couldn't quite hear what you're saying there, mate.
He said you wouldn't because they're clearly all Labour.
Oh, right. Okay.
R.I.P. deceased. Fuck me. Genuinely dead funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. Yes, well, yeah, it is very true. What can I say? Mate, I didn't choose the BNP, it chose me. So move on. Right, so thank you very much, guys, for tuning in today. Make sure you go watch us on the Talk About Network. I think we're going to be on in about half an hour now from now. I think Florence has pushed it back, but we need to do a bunch of prep and drink more and stuff like that. So stay tuned to that. Make sure that you join us next week as well for the next Red Line Live.
We have to think about what we're going to talk about.
Mate, there's lots of talk. There's loads more I'd have talked about today. We've got the fucking Sweet Tooth trailer. We got the new Luca trailer that came out from Disney Pixar. We got the Black Widow fucking trailer. There's loads of
Conjuring
about today. Conjuring trailer as well. There's loads of shit that, mate, fuck this talk about, mate. Should we just not go on it? Fuck these guys.
No.
Mate, let's just stay off it.
If you want to do a live during the week or whatever, and we can talk about these.
Should we do
I'll knock it out of the park if you want.
Linda, we're not joining you today. Is that what you're saying, Mike? We're not joining you today.
No, I said we'll do a different one.
Mike said we're not joining you today and we'll discuss it now. So you guys just crack on with it and we're going to continue talking about the trailers.
I'm not going to get stabbed up by Linda. It's just not happening. Not for the sake of alive.
Guys, thank you.
Linda wouldn't actually stab me.
Yeah. Make sure that you follow the Sarcom City Talk About Network, Pod of Mercy, Red Line Picture, everything on all social medias. Mortality, you guys still doing that or not?
Yeah, it's the shop is down, but we're getting new designs put up in the next week, I think.
Cool. So stay tuned for Mortality. Oh, thank fuck. Do you know, I felt really bad for actually like wanting to come on this week, but that's great, mate. So just join these two then for the next episode of Talk About Network. I'm going to drink and get off, mate. So that's a great.
Just talk shit in a live. That's what he's going to do.
Linda's giving me the fucking, yeah, mate. She's let me off, which is fantastic. Okay, cool. What else? Premier Battles as well. We're going to be live in June, 2 events. Make sure that you, if you haven't watched Buff the Stuff yet as well, filmed and directed by myself.
Really fucking good, by the way, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much, bro. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys watch that and like it and share it and then get everyone to watch it as well. Buff the Stuff, which is on Shotty Horror on YouTube as well. And Premier Battles and all that stuff. Have I missed anyone? Rick Charles, Rick Media Services as well. Make sure you follow him. Great photographer. And he's doing his beats and stuff, and that's coming back as well on Facebook. Good. A lot of shout outs today. A lot of shout outs. We know a lot of people are very popular. Guys, we'll catch you next week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Deuces.